Okay, so now we're going to look at Hypershade, and we're going to look at the 3D texture nodes. So in here, here's 3D textures right here. And 3D textures gives me the ability to make all kinds of nifty stuff. That's why I like them so much. I think you could lose days in here, if not weeks. Alright, let me show you one of my favorite things, and that's adding surface texture or bump materials to a device using like noise. Okay, noise is a very universal thing. You can create a lot of things out of noise. Noise usually is associated with let's say the human skin, for example. The pores on your human skin. They are at a frequency ratio that could be mimicked by noise. Okay, noise is just black and white, and there's several different frequencies of noise. Like, for example, if I click on this noise node and I go to the attribute editor, I can choose what kind of noise I want. So billow or Perlin noise or wispy. I'm going to use Perlin noise for a lot of this stuff. So Perlin noise has the ability to have soft characteristics and hard characteristics to the noise. It's a very easy thing to control, where the other ones are a little harder to control. And not many moire patterns or the patterns show up in the noise with Perlin as it does so often as the other noises. Okay, so just by going here, I can go like that. And now I can say, well, what I want is something that has got a lot of frequency behind it. Okay. And I also need a lot of frequency here. Okay, and what I did there is that frequency allows it to be very, very small as far as the noise ratio. Not so much billowing. Okay, next, what I want to do is go up here and play with amplitude. Amplitude takes the black out. Okay, so the noise becomes only white and gray. And this one adds more white to the situation. So actually I want to eliminate as much white as I can and only go with gray values. Okay, middle mouse button, click and drag this one to the bump. And what we've done is made a very slightly bumped surface that could be controlled a little bit more. So middle mouse button, click and drag this to your ball if you don't have it, and you have something that looks like this. So very noisy still. So what I'm going to do is show you how to tweak that so it's a very slight thing. And that has a lot to do with this, the amplitude. Okay, so just slight bumps on that surface. Now you notice there's two different frequencies. There's a frequency here and there's a frequency here. This frequency ratio will make it so the bumps are too uneven. So I tile that one down just a little bit. And if I go just like that, that should be good. Now there's another way to control it, and I want to show you that. So right now, if I just rendered that, I get this. Okay? Let's say that's still too much noise. Okay? Here, I have the ability to control how much more depth there is. So maybe I would lower this to 0.25, render it, and now you can see slight bumps. And if you look at a plastic, any plastic around, you're going to see that it has a slight bump variation on it. If it's not very, very easy to see, it's because, it's a smoother plastic. But, a lot of the plastics have this. You can also make fruit, I guess, with it too. But this is a very good way to control surface noise. And depending upon what kind of noise that you pick, you get different frequencies, and those frequencies lead to different things. Now, that's just 1/10 of the power of these, because now all of these can be made bump, or you can make them into spectral surfaces or glow or whatever to make all kinds of crazy things, like a material that looks like it's on fire on certain spots but not on others. And I'm going to show you a couple more variations, but for right now I'm going to say this video was about how to make a very discrete bump on a surface. Okay? And in the next video I'll show you some more about the 3D textures.